What's going on everyone on YouTube and Twitch? This is Very Melon Man, and we're going to play highlights for the most recent Dueling Festival as of this video's upload date, which will have been the Monster. Let's see, jeez. Monster type festival. There we go. So, as you can see here, I managed to get this mate from the Monster Type Festival. Play this one. I got 8,000. I got up to 8,000 crowns before I call it quits. And I only really got that far because I started the festival like the day before it was about to end. So I pretty much had to find the one deck that would let me completely face stomp what was the meta here. But we'll get to what the meta was in a minute. This is the only loss I felt like recording, solely because it was the only time I ever saw this deck in the festival. That anyone else was even playing this deck in the festival. So let's show it off. Alright, I'm not going to talk about what I did because it's not relevant. What we're going to do is talk about what our opponent did here. Lightning Storm to destroy my back row, which did not help me in the slightest. But Light Stage, Trickstar Light Stage for Candida, then playing Darkmoon Nightmare, and using Candida's effect to inflict battle damage, and that's basically signaled the end of my life. Because Candida, it didn't matter if I searched for a trap card, because it doesn't matter, I'm not getting that turn. So, Trickstar tokens, then link off for Holly Angel. Then Karo Bank touches on itself, Holly Angel's effects, and everything else with Darkmoon Nightmare. You can see why Darkmoon Nightmare being in this deck just kind of made Trickstar's incredible burn damage already ridiculous, more powerful. All those little 200 points add to 300 pretty quickly, taking up chunks. Then link off to Prison Heart. Which means Holly Angel gets more effect off, which means more burn damage. And that's basically how it goes, because this is basically just a combo. They keep Holly Angel in the field, link off to make more Trick Stars, then use other card effects to revive a Trick Star if they don't have it. And the nature of this basically allows them to keep summoning Link monsters, and they do that too, which gives them another Shrink monster, gives them another then, and they just get more material. As you can see, this type of combo play took the entire duel, so I just called it quits. So I realized what was going on. I was not gonna. There was no ending to it. There's no ending to it. Now then, that's the only Trickstar deck I saw in the entire event. For the most part, the only other decks I were fighting were like DDD and the much maligned Labyrinth. That's why the deck I'm playing is Counter Fairies. Counter Fairies do a really good thing. Good thing. Here, sorry. So, we start our turn with Condemned Witch. And this is the best use of Condemned Witch's effect. Wasting your opponent's spell in such a way that you plus off their minus. He's using fairies, well, Ancients as well. I didn't actually see a straightforward Ancients deck after this duel, I don't think. But basically, the whole deal is we're both able to take advantage of the field spell they have, by the way. It's just that with the cards I was using, it was a lot easier for me to do that. And Harpy's Fire Duster pretty much messes up my entire plans, but he didn't have any follow-up, which gave me a lot of relief. I decided to set Over the Promise without reading what it affected, but at this point, Beatdown was my best strategy. And I even exceed to get Fairy Cheer Girl to let me get a card draw. So I could use Ultimate Promise, and getting a spell card is actually pretty good because I could have used Ultimate Promise to negate a spell that way, but he didn't have any follow-up, so my opponent had to surrender. Bakor, that was pretty nice. Yeah, pretty much an agent deck. In fact, it feels like a loner. Alright, but my next opponent lasted half as long. Yeah, that first duel right there didn't really show off why his deck is so good in this event, especially against Labyrinth. But hopefully you get a better idea from this replay. Alright, set to Labyrinth. There we go. The first Labyrinth deck I have recorded for this day. Okay, get Labyrinth. That saves 5. See that 5 times fast. Nice sets. Forbidden Chalice. Wiretap Divine Wrath. Anti-Third Field Spell. Then I chain by bringing out my I wasn't really. I realized that relying on my opponent to try to take over my monsters or whatever was not going to end well if I kept relying on that. So I decided, yeah, I had to basically take the first opportunity to use Condemned Witch's effect, and I plus off of Bountiful Artemis in the use of my Divine Wrath. Labyrinth? No, Wiretap, baby. Wiretap being just shutting down trap cards that Labyrinth needs are so good. But I also get to use the effect of Powered Angel Valkyria. Or at least I would have, but my Labyrinth player clearly did not have any way to recover from that. So that's why the duel ended that way. And yeah, that's like the quickest shutdown of Labyrinth, and probably the least interesting because I didn't feel like I actually got to show off just how disgusting this could be if you get your cards right. Oh, I forgot Fright Fur. I actually lost to a Fright Fur deck or two as well, simply because the nature of their fusion abilities means that they can recover from basically anything. This is why I use all the pots, because you need to make sure you can get a trap card, period. Alright, set 4, pass. And we go for this again. There's an old summon, versus character there. Battle phase, so skip it. Can't do anything else. Alright. And this time, I read what Guiding Ariande does, and I realize how sick it is. You do not have to pay life points to activate counter trap cards, and you do not discard to activate counter trap cards. So basically, this Pendulum monster makes counter trap decks even more absurd than they already are. And because of this, I get to draw 2 for a counter trap, which allows me to keep up with the way a Fright for deck can just plus off of basically everything you do. And I set Divine Wrath just in case, but at this point it's pretty clear what's going to happen now because I have so many ways to out what they were going to do. I don't even know why he did that. I guess he realized, my opponent realized that there was no out for them here. And 3 Battle RMSs. I have... yeah. I got a little overconfident after this one Fluffle duel because I didn't think Fluffles were much in this event. Alright. Orange Cat 2 for 1. Pot of Duality. So, Counter Fairies is also part our Sacred Knife Parshaft deck. Another Labyrinth. This time to get a trap card set. And the reason I have to keep some trap cards in my hand is to make them discard fodder. Especially for the way Rebirth of Parshaft works. But I have water tap in case he tries anything. We use that. We discard even matched. Alright. Negate that. We have the boss monster for this deck. Sacred Arch Air Knight Power Shaft. Labyrinth. No. Wiretap. Arch Air Knight Power Shaft. New Power Shaft cards. And that's Welcome Labyrinth. That's his turn because I shut down his trap card plays. Reset more cards. I get to search a counter trap card in my deck. Set another one. Don't know why I want to force back over Divine Wrath now I think about it, because his effect monsters could have gotten a plus, but it doesn't matter. The duel's mine because he has no. I set up Guiding Ariane just in case he tries something now. Search Solemn Judgment just to visually show him that, you know, God said no. Pretty much. That's another Labyrinth player down. This. Oh, wait. Yeah. No, we already saw that. Kissy, you're up next. Whew. Alright. Set Guy Ariande, then set up. Well, I'm not happy with that because it makes it pretty easy what I have face now, but it's the best. Better than nothing. Oh, he says. Oh, Darks. Oh, the very rare Sacred Beast matchup. Like, this festival is entirely Fiends and Fairy types, so you pretty much have to run Fiends and Fairies no matter what, so it doesn't give you a lot of options all the time. Return Striga to your deck so you can't special summon it from them on. I get the draw. Alright. Add another Forbidden Chalice. Attack. I didn't want to run into Mirror Forces on that, so I did deliberately kept some of my monsters from attacking. But either way, I pretty much can just counter whatever he does now. And with then which I get another Battle Artemis. Oh no, a Powered Angel Valkyrie. Because I wanted to keep playing with the Powered Angel card when I had the chance to use it, and that happened. I don't have to pay life points to use Solemn Judgment. That's hilarious. And I draw. And then I also don't get to use Power Angel's effect to search for a random fairy monster. That sucks. But Kissy knew the jig was up, so they surrendered. This one, boy. It's the longest one here, but I feel like... Nah, it's not a big deal if I play it. Play it now. I'm not really sure why. I don't remember why it was the longest one. It's been a few days since I actually did all the festival stuff. Oh, Labyrinth. The longest Labyrinth duel I have recorded. Okay. Ariana, Labyrinth Servant, is searched out thanks to searches out another Ariana. Ariane and Ariana. That's silly. Well, we play a pot of everything to draw two. The extra deck doesn't matter for this deck. But yeah, even the Mash is also in there to make sure the opponent loses whatever board they set up before we do. And it works like a charm. We're gonna force you back. But this allows you to try to do that, but we're gonna Divine Wrath that. We're gonna also use our Mash. So our Labyrinth player is now stuck with one monster he can't use. And I mean they're stuck with one monster, because I would not let them pop off any effects. I'm at a massive disadvantage because I have no monsters to play. So my only hope is getting out of Power Shaft. Not even willing to attack because he might run into a Mirror Force or a Dimensional Prism. I mean, set another rebirth power shaft. Oh no, you're not doing anything with that. No. Alright, now I have a monster out. And yeah, I will go with the last counter trap in my hand in order to use a second rebirth power shaft if I need to. The important thing is now I can do so. Oh! And now I have a Battle for Artemis. And I can do piercing damage, allowing me to draw another counter trap. Then I set. And setting is all they can do. This is a Labyrinth player that is struggling for air. And this is what happens when you can just keep plussing off your plays with this combo. I'm pretty much set for whatever they can do, so there's no way for them to magically plus themselves into a victory. This is a Labyrinth player that is crippled and incapable of fighting back. This is the best case scenario for you. And this is exactly why taking down Labyrinth became something I was really having a lot of fun doing. I did lose to Labyrinth. It's still a matter of making sure you draw better than they do, and also making sure you go first, because you can defeat Labyrinth if you go second, but it's a lot harder to do that. I did go second against Labyrinth, but I had evenly matched my hands. That's why it didn't matter if they did. But Pot of Extravagance again. Like, the H deck really does not matter. It's mostly just there in case you want to use an Exceed Summon for whatever reason. I mean, I have used Exceeds in, like, Links to win some of these duels, but they're very much not the main strategy of the deck. He also has a Pot of Desires, which I'll change with Condemned Witch to go for Mount Arbez. Alright. I was like, what did you play? What are you doing? Is this a mirror match I went with at first? Ice Dragon's Prison. Alright. Solemn Warning. Since I already set up Ariande, I can pretty much do Solemn Warning like this. Battle Hard Message Draw. Another Ice Dragon's Prison. I'm sorry, I have Infinite Providence. It's not going to work. I understand why I set both of those down. Normally that would have been it for me. But, you know. Unchained. Which will negate with Divine Wrath, so you don't get anything. And that's the best part about this type of deck. I can recover my used trap cards with Bound for Artemis on the field. So my opponent is dwindling resources and well, comebacks, while we don't. And one more turn to this round. Infinite Impermanence will be negated by Infinite Providence. Lightning Storm, is there one? No, Solemn Judgment. Yeah, to be completely fair, it wouldn't have mattered to use Lightning Storm first. That would have helped them a lot if I didn't have a way to negate spells. Would have given them a second breath. But, yeah, if we open a spell negator, then we can pretty much block. Unchained Twins. Nightmare Service. Yeah, this feels like a loner deck as well. Unchained. I don't check out the loner decks at all when I play these festivals because there's no point. I never use them. I have over 10,000 gems. You saw that at the beginning. You saw that at the beginning of the video. I have over 10,000 gems saved up, solely because I have no really interest in any special decks. This is not the ideal first turn hand because I would rather have a Bountiful Artemis. But Time Lords definitely was not what I was expecting either. Yeah, Michion halving my life points is not what I want. I would, if I knew I was going to draw this, I would have gone and... But Pendulums have to be placed in specific zones, so I couldn't do anything about that. That's just the luck of the draw. But luckily, I had counterplay, and I could negate his effect with Forbidden Chalice. The very rare time a Time Lord gets sent to the graveyard in battle. Alright, my opponent can't do anything except on the turn, and Dark Lord Desire. What type of deck are they playing, I wonder? But I get to draw 2 cards now. I also add Forbidden, changed up my deck a bit to add Forbidden Droplet. Also, you're seeing way more Solemn Warning and Solemn Strike than I had in my previous duels because I realized I could just make those. Like, the other options in my deck, like Divine Wrath, those are really only there if you are want to make the deck cheaply like this. Like, cheap options. If you have the dust to use URs, you can pretty much just upgrade to play more powerful counter traps. And this is the last duel we have in the video. And of course, it's against Labyrinth. They get to go first, so we have a road ahead of us. 2 traps makes us sad for this now. We have to start with Pot of Extravagance first. It's the first thing we are only allowed to do. And they get to summon the Labyrinth monster from their hand deck. There's just some Cool Clock. And this happens. Cool Clock and Stove Table. Summon Cool Clock and attack. I don't know why it has to be in attack mode. I don't think that's what I'm doing. And then they set more Labyrinth stuff. Oh, I didn't record this. There was one duel I played where the opponent used a monster card that strip allowed them to negate the effects of all dark monsters on the opponent's field, precisely because of what Labyrinth was doing. But yeah, Power Shaft. I don't have to discard, just show it. Back to your deck. I get to draw again. Labyrinth to Silver Castle. Oh no, I'm solemn striking that. Get in the graveyard. Right now. It is painful when, like, Labyrinth does not have this deck does not have attack points. This deck is not about beating people with attack points. It's never going to be. No. Ultimate Providence. So you get a stronger boss monster out. I've lost to Labyrinth and Frightfur because they can just summon bigger beat sticks. And correct or correct Zoo, they set Storming Mirror Force as one last option. Unfortunately for them, I have no real reason to bother attacking until I can get an out for it, so. No! Why did I let you set anything up? Bullying, if you are in a winning position, it's a lot of fun to bully Labyrinth. Double draw off of Bound Hardness. I guess my one regret is I was able to set up a situation where I could draw 3 cards from 3 Bountiful Artemis. I get Forbidden Dropout for no other reason, just to flex. Store Mirror Force, Wiretap, back into your deck to go. That was your last chance, buddy. I drew all 3 evenly matched. It's hilarious. Now I get to search my deck for another counter trap. Solemn Judgment, because I can. attacking with... Oh man, that's hilarious. Force you back. Alright, Power Valkyrie. What else can you do? No, you can't do anything. The opponent decided that he knew he was done, so he was just gonna take the final attack. Feehoth. That was a good fight. That was a good duel. Alright then. That's all my replays. And just to show off again, yeah, I have a gift box of prizes that I received from the event, but I can't claim them because I have reached the cap already. So it's kind of insane. Alright then, I'll just see you guys next time. Next time you see a video on Master Duel, it'll be the tryout duels. Tryout Duel 5, I think. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.